Today, my beauty people, we're going to get started on systems. The first system we're going to talk about is the skeletal system. Now, in my last video, I spoke to you guys a little bit about the bones and just kind of giving you a general overall idea. In other words, short version of what the systems are. So the skeletal system consists of what organs? That's right, the bones. And how many bones do we have? All right, 206 bones that are connected by movable or unmovable joints. Bones are the hardest tissue in the body except for the tissue that forms the teeth. Some of the functions of the skeletal system, one is it gives shape and support to the body. It protects internal structures and organs. And it serves as attachments for muscles and body movement. Yeah. Bones store up the body's calcium supply, phosphorus, magnesium, and sodium. And also bones help to produce red and white blood cells. That's your bone marrow. Now, I could tell you a little side note without getting too far off subject because this isn't in your textbooks. But if you look at a picture, because I have a huge anatomy and physiology book, I used to use it in class from my mom when she took it in college. But if you look at the bones, they actually have little tiny holes inside of them, and those holes are called Perversion Canals. And in those canals is where you'll find that rich supply of red and white blood cells, which is your bone marrow. I just thought that was a fun fact. The first thing we're going to talk about is bones of the skull. The skull is the skeleton of the head, and it's divided into two parts. Okay, the cranium is that bony cage that encases the brain, right? Now, the skeleton of the face consists of 14 bones. However, as cosmetologists, we only need to know 9. So that's good news. All right, so we're going to start off with the bones of the cranium. Don't judge my mannequin head. She's actually been with me for a long time. And please don't ask me why her eyes were colored black. But I use this mannequin sometimes to make wigs on. So she's my old faithful. And I just felt that because she's bald, it'll give you a better visual. But the first bone we want to talk about is the occipital bone. Now, in this area here and the bottom, this is usually where the hairline ends, and when you're doing a haircut, you're lining the person up if you're doing clipper cutting. But this area here is called the nape, right? So then as you go up the nape, you may see where the head begins to curve. And that bone there is called the occipital bone. So it's right in that area, just above the nape, but just below what's called the parietal bones. Parietal bones form the sides and the top of the cranium. Now there's 2 parietal bones, only 1 occipital. Little side note here why it's also important to learn these bones. Because when you get into hair cutting, this will help you to become more efficient, especially when you get into clipper cutting, right? And now I'll give one example as far as the occipital bone goes. Some people have a flatter occipital bone where the head doesn't necessarily curve. So what you're going to have to learn when you get into hair cutting, especially if you're fading the hair, is some people you're going to have to actually angle the hair at an elevation and form it to where it gives the illusion of having an occipital bone instead of just following the shape of the head and going flat up. Also, when you get on the sides where the parietal right up in here is, you don't want to go too high up above the parietal when you're fading. So sometimes you'll see haircuts, unless it's deliberate, but sometimes you'll see haircuts where it's gone way up here and there's just a patch of hair up in here. Well, that's when they've gone up too high. Okay, there are 2 temporal bones that form the sides of the head and also in the ear region. Okay, so when you're doing facial massage, when you're cutting the hair as well, you also want to know where the temporal bones are. And there is 2 temporal bones as well. The frontal bone is right here, which shapes and forms the forehead. Frontal bone, and there's only 1. All right, the next 2 bones that we're going to talk about is ethmoid and sphenoid. Now, in this case, if you're looking in the textbook, it doesn't mention if there's 2 ethmoids or not, but I just kind of read between the lines on this one because it says it helps to form the nasal cavity, but it's located in the eye sockets. Well, we have 2 eye sockets, so I'm assuming on each side it's located an ethmoid bone in there. Now behind there, because there's that opening there by the temporal bones, right behind there in the eye socket is the sphenoid bones. I find it interesting, the sphenoid bone actually is the bone that holds up the entire cranium. Wow. Now here's a side note for you as well. These 2 bones, the ethmoid and the sphenoid bones, are not affected by massage or any of our services as cosmetologists. And that's all I have for you guys as far as bones and the skeletal system and the function. The next time we're going to be talking about bones of the face. I want to thank you all for watching my videos, and I truly hope you are learning and getting a good education from this, especially if you're in school and you are studying this in class and it's kind of hard to remember all of this. Hopefully you pop up my video and it helps you to remember. I have to tell you guys, you probably aren't going to remember every single thing from this chapter. But my best recommendation to you is to make flashcards and really try to study while you're in school. Don't wait to the end, especially if you just want to breeze through and get your license. And that's all I have for you. God bless you and thank you so much.